Welcome to episode number 47. It's been a while, and also my living setup has changed. I can turn on the camera so you can see exactly why I'm not using it. It makes me look like I'm some kind of angel. If I put my eye in the right place, I've got an anime power eye. So I'm not going to be doing that until I fix my lighting setup. But I don't need to show my face to write code. I've been putting it off, waiting for the lighting setup, and I thought to myself, you know what? It doesn't matter. I just need to keep working on this one step at a time, moving forward. So I believe when we left off, we had a somewhat working wiggle here, which looks pretty good, but you can see that it's not precise. And this game needs all of the cubes to be precisely rotated. Yeah, you can see here, this is pretty goofy. And I just believe that that is an oversight on my part, that when the rotation is done, when the fail ease is complete, we need to just set the end rotation to whatever it's supposed to be. So complete rotation. Complete rotation probably never gets called. Because I didn't see a rotate completed, we just saw cannot rotate. And I think that is because of a return that we're using. So this is fine. If it's already easing, we should return. Just don't do anything. Cannot rotate, and I say cannot rotate this frame. Intended rotation, actual rotation. And we get the curve. Interesting. So, do all this stuff, boom. Okay. I'm sure I put some kind of block in here to make sure that the cube rotation never happened. Let's check out the easer. Oh, hey. Oh. So who calls complete rotation? Let's do a shift F12 on that. Right, it's probably not explicitly called. On end ease, on rotate complete. What? This isn't used at all? Huh. That's crazy. How is this even working then? Handle rotate complete. This is our limited spin cube core. Hide inactive faces, validate all path nodes. So this might actually be one of the reasons why sometimes I'm getting this bug where my cube faces are disappearing, right? And then it's failing to find these connections. That's one of the big problems with stepping away from a project for a couple of weeks is you have to spend some time like reacquainting yourself with the structure. Lerp unclamped. If easer is easing, return. See, this is crazy. Why? And here's where we do cannot rotate. And these two rotations seem to be fine. Have I tried turning off the rotation ability of this Spirit Link cube? What happens then? My fail curve is at nothing, so it's just not going to move. What about you? And you can move. Okay, that's fine. Let's give it that fail curve. I'm gonna add this to our presets. And really what I should do is go to the cube core and change this on the cube rotator. But for now, I just want to test slippery cube, no, Spirit Link. .3. Cool. So if we have a locked Spirit cube, that works just fine. I would kind of like it to spin this, but actually, I'm not too upset that it doesn't. You know, this would definitely have some sort of symbol on it to let the user know that, hey, you can't rotate this anymore. But I still like that wiggle a lot. Dang, you can see we're getting tons of failed connect perpendicular paths. Good grief. Could be because of this this cube not writing itself at the very end. Okay. So let's say that we can rotate it. And I'm just going to apply this curve, this fail curve. I'm afraid to do it to the main cube because all of these are different cubes now. What I'd really like to do is our super slow cube. Like, that would be awesome if the fail ease also took 2 seconds, right? That sounds pretty funny. Sounds really frustrating, though. Although I guess it doesn't matter. If you can't spin it, why make the wiggle take longer? Okay, that's a silly idea. Okay. So we need to investigate why this end bit isn't working. Why this rotate complete. Okay, so let's debug. Cannot rotate, and then we begin rotate stuff. Hey, guess what? I already handled failed rotations of spirit cubes. So I'll just put a breakpoint here. And this is a technique I call cascading breakpoints, where I need to start a specific condition, and once I've paused the code at a certain point, I can then go to the next piece of the code that I actually want to investigate. Might not have been the correct technique here. The correct technique probably would have been just putting the breakpoint at the right spot. But I wanted to be sure. So that means we need to go to an easer, right? Would this be update? Easer update. Else. How many items do you have? Sure. Okay. So we'll step into here. Handle rotate complete. Hide inactive faces. Which seems correct. Validate all face path nodes. That seems correct as well. Is easing false? So we've got this transform ease. Oh, you know what? I have two easing types here now, don't I? I've got my fail ease. And I have never set my fail ease. Easer set curve. On end ease, on rotate complete. You know what we could do? Let's check something. If output curve is greater than 1.0, nah, see, the output curve is never becoming greater than 1. Okay, it was worth a shot. Because we could just clamp it here if we know that it's going to be too high. I'm just shocked that this is never happening. That code looks terrible. Hey, rotate completed. Whoa. Okay. Well, the wiggle's happening, but the actual end rotation... Whoa. I didn't mean to do that. No. Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe that's why I turned it off on complete rotation. Target rotation. But the target rotation should be... Is it actual intended rotation? No, we want actual rotation, I believe. Hey! Cool. Let's look at the locked cube and make sure. Excellent. So it's always going back to the identity, which is exactly what we want. Ooh. Oh my god, what have I done? Is this breaking for every... Oh, that's even spinning. Oh, right. I built that to spin the wrong way. What are you? Whoa. Okay. Whew, so we got a couple things to deal with. The first one, and the most important one, is why is our normal rotation getting goofy? Maybe because we have a whole bunch of these? I doubt that that's it. I believe it's this actual rotation bit here. So where do we use this? Intended rotation equals actual rotation. And here I calculate it. Rotate by. So if I just did this here, I think I can use target rotation. Oh dear. Here. Wow, rotate. What is happening? Well, that fixed this. We still have our faces disappearing. So that was a failure of... You know what we could do is we could have two separate functions for this. So complete rotation would be here. And then we could complete failed rotation. Why did I do that twice? Oh. What? Rotate, fail, complete. Oh, I forgot to change the one other thing. This is not target rotation, this is actual rotation. And then this one still should be rotate by. Cool. Looking good. Looking good. So we just have some miscalculations on which faces are touching. And it happens to all of them. But I believe that if I fail to rotate, these faces will come back. Oh, hey. Huh. Ooh, that's a little bit disturbing. No, that makes sense. If I rotate this thing, it's only going to deal with these faces. It's not going to deal with all the faces. So let's see. This would be is this an error in calculate hidden faces? Well, my flocked cube seems to be happy. Let's just pull. I like this color over here. And let's see if we can get it to break in a single spin. Whoa, that's funny. How have I never seen that before? If I don't have an object selected, I get a failure for our mouse controller. Oh, interesting. Seems like I need to break these up. Selected cube, selectable. Oh, geez. So if cube does not equal null and oh my gosh, this new keyboard, I have to get it in the right spot. I guess this is a new bug when we added our reverse controller. Okay, that fixed it. So one spin, nope. Two spins, okay. So when I begin the spin, I turn on all of the faces. All of them are there. So let's do an on-end rotate. Who's using that? On rotate complete. So here, if rotations equal 0, we'll tint the wall paths. That makes sense. Here we handle rotate complete. Ooh, this worries me a little bit. Oh no, that's fine, that's fine. I saw 1 plus and 2 minuses, but that's because we have those 2 different complete functions. Not exactly the best parity. But it's got to be in this handle rotate complete. Hide inactive faces. So let's make sure that we can recreate this bug. We'll do forwards and then backwards. Cool. Now let's figure out which face this is. So it's the up face. That makes sense, because we did forward and back. And it's the first face in the container, so that is perfect for debugging. So we'll start, we'll spin it forward, we will attach to Unity, put a breakpoint, spin back. Cool. So right now it thinks that this face is active. Oh, dang it. There we go. Oh, but now I can't see. We're going to have to do this again. I want to make perfectly sure that this is the function with the bug in it. Okay. It seemed like it was on. Seemed like it. So we'll step in here. Inactive face list, count 1. L path face. Let's see who the parent is. Owning core is slippery cube, that's right. So this is the L path face. Let's do transform. Parent is up face. Cool. So now we get to do the inactive face list. That is where the problem is coming in. So this is in our cube core, has neighbor in face direction. This is the only place where we add to the list. Calculate hidden faces. Handle begin rotate. Haha, I think this is why. This target and start rotation. Cube rotator. So we're not really using target and start anymore, are we? We should use actual, I believe. Oh no, get target. is returning actual. What if I return target rotation? Is that going to break everything? Perhaps. I think it'll break these. No. Oh! 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 It's a slippery cube. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. You still work. No! Okay, that's fine. That makes sense. Because we're spinning it down, and the hidden face would be this one if the rotation was successful. I wonder why we're doing that and begin. Right? Why did I make that decision? There must be some reason. Maybe I just need to set the target rotation correctly in the rotator when the begin rotate happens. Right? Because I don't think I actually set it. So here the target rotation is rotate by. I could just modify rotate by to be an identity quaternion. No, we need the rotate by to stay so it knows which direction to wiggle towards. So we do the start, we've got the target. I think I need to go through and rename this stuff. This is getting confusing. I need to nail down my vocabulary better. So start is the current rotation at the beginning of the spin. Target is where it's going to end up. That's going to be its final position. Intended rotation, I guess, is used by spirit link cubes. Target. Why does this actually happen? Who uses get rotate by? Linked rotator. So that is being used. Okay. This actual rotation is poorly named, I think. Applied rotation. And the target rotation will be the rotate by, because we're modifying that in here if it can't rotate. But then down here, where we're doing the update, we don't want the target rotation, we want the applied rotation. Whoa! Holy crap. Okay. Does this work at least? No, this doesn't work at all. Okay. Oh. I can just set the rotation to the start rotation, right? There's no need to use applied there. It just failed. Back to where you used to be. Here I'm using applied rotation. Hold on. Wow. I made surprisingly few changes here. So now it's back to actual rotation. Let's see what the state of this is here. No faces being destroyed or goofied. Feeling good. But this should fail. Cool. And that's because the target rotation that was given was not the intended rotation of the object. I really think that this should be our applied rotation. How are we doing on time? Okay. And target should just be where it's going to end up. So these two are always going to be... Wait a minute, rotate by. Yeah, I don't want to modify that. Okay. Intended rotation. That's working fine. Oh, wait a minute. This is being overwritten down here. So these two set up actual rotation. So I can get rid of this here. And then when we're done, we do use that decision to decide what the intended rotation is. So let's just break this down. I do believe that start rotation is always going to be this. I can't think of any reason why it might not be. Target rotation. I'm going to rechange this to applied rotation. And here, the target rotation is going to be as it was. But up here, the target rotation is going to be start rotation. And our applied rotation is going to be rotate by times start rotation, always. No. I've already got that here. And so now here, I should be able to say this is applied. When we're done spinning normally, set it to the target rotation. And when we're done failing, set it to the start rotation. That was a darn lot of changes. I liked that three-dimensional crazy spin that we got. Okay. So it's failing on the fail, but the face isn't disappearing anymore. And I believe if we print out... Oh. No, I don't believe anywhere else uses this fail. Get target, get start. Who's using this? Because this is where the difference would be. Get target rotation. Rotate. Okay, that makes sense. Calculate hidden faces is working. You're going to get spammed with this, but they should all be the same. Yeah, they're the same. Oh, maybe applied shouldn't be identity. Eh? Applied rotation needs to be rotate by times start rotation. Aha, that's it. Cool. So let's move this up here. Applied rotation, but here we just say target rotation is the applied one. Feeling good about this one. It's a dangerous thing to say. Maybe slip and die? Cool. How you guys doing over here? Damn it! Okay, this other guy's freaking out. But this one's good. So we're making forward progress. Spirit link. What are you doing here? Get rotate by. This should be get applied direction, I think. Oops, I should definitely rename that the right way. See, it really helps if you just sit and think about your names of variables, but also, you know, like sometimes you can't name the variables correctly until you're deeper into the problem. So if you're not sure what, damn it. Oh no. Spirit cubes, why? So the one I'm spinning is working great. Oh, it should be get rotate by. Yeah. But then what did I used to have up here? Did I delete that? Intended rotation equals target rotation, I believe. Uh-oh. Is it going to be that simple? I think it's still broken. It is, but like spirit link here, begin rotate. I tell it what to rotate by. I mean, let's just save this. Why am I not doing that? Applied rotation, intended rotation equals rotate by. Oh. Yeah. And that should just work in theory. Yeah, buddy. Now, for the scary part, let's lock our spirit link cube. Oh, yes. I like that. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's beautiful. All my faces are golden. All my lines are lining up. Let's get rid of this print. We don't need these two anymore. I'm still going to keep these. I like them. Uh-oh. 1 warning. 6 warnings. What are you? Failed to connect perpendicular paths. You know what I found out? And I'm so upset that I didn't know this before. You can pass a context to debug. Meaning that if something fails, you can click on it and it will highlight that object in the hierarchy. Like, what the heck? That is really important information. Now I just need to get it to break again. But if it does break, I'm not too worried about spending a lot of time breaking it. Oh, that scared me so much the first time. Dude, these cubes are tricky to use. This is starting to come along pretty well. Ooh, I still have to do left and right path decision. Although, I think that's just going to be like a set of flags or a boolean. Limited spin cube, where are you? There you are. How many spins do you have? 3 spins. One, 2, 3. Done. That's okay. It's failing because we don't have a curve here. Nice. There we go. I do kind of still want bridges. I think that's just going to be different art, actually. And I think what I might end up doing is dividing this world into a 3-dimensional grid. Because all of these cubes are 1 by 1 by 1. Maybe I don't need to do that. And I do believe each cube knows about its neighbors. The reason I'm worried about that is, let's say for instance, limited spin cube. Let's say for instance our limited spin cube is a child of our slippery cube, which is not something we've actually done yet. But, you know, these are fine. But if I do that, well, we're in bad shape. So we're going to need a way to figure out. I mean, this is pretty cool. This feels nice. Especially if this cube was mostly invisible and it was just like a single pathway. That would look a lot like a bridge, but really under the hood, it's a cube. And when I spin it, I'm going to check the destination, its destination point, which is going to be a little tricky. And then once I have that destination point, I'm going to see if there's a cube in that area. Cool. So I think that's it for today. We accomplished a lot. I'm going to be back on the warpath again soon. Definitely tomorrow. So, I don't know. What are we going to work on then? We could work on this, what do we call this? A child cube, a attached cube, linked cube. Because we have spirit link. And then we could have a physical link cube. Yeah, that makes sense. Because spirit link cubes don't need to be next to each other. I just put them next to each other for the ease of looking. Oh, geez. What if there's a Witling on a cube, on a locked spirit cube? Luckily, we've got Okay. Huh. Oh, you can kill him that way. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so if a Witling is currently on the cube, we need to differentiate between those two things. Because if a Witling's on a cube, the cube should not be able to spin unless he's a special Witling. Oh dear. But that's what prototypes are for, exploration. That's it for me today. Thank you so much for coming, and have a good one.